much as we'd like to focus on the positive that spending time together during the stay-at-home orders is a good thing for couples, the reality is some marriages are falling apart. And as reported in the New York Post, attorneys' phones are ringing off the hook. Interest in divorce is increasing. But how do you know if your marriage can survive the pandemic? Blanca Cobb says there are some things to consider. So Blanca, what should someone keep in mind before deciding to call it quits?
Realize that the coronavirus is bringing an additional stress, a new kind of stress that you haven't had to deal with. You're talking about the economy, about work, about whether schools and your kids. It's a big juggling act. The problem really comes in when you and your spouse don't agree on how to handle certain situations. So during those times, you might just want to take a little step back. You can separate for a while and then get back together. But remember this, that you're both on the same team. You might have a different approach, but you're still on the same team. And sometimes it's hard when you're in the middle of this to think about the future. You're only thinking about the here and now.
Yeah, that's a good point. So is there any way to know if your relationship is rocky because of the coronavirus situation?
Ask yourself this: did you have the problems before the coronavirus started? And that will give you some insight. So what happens when you have a new stress or new situation? If the egg is already cracked, when you have a new situation, then bam, it just busts that egg open. And so it's very hard to think about what really happened in the past. But think about this also. When an argument is over, how do you feel? Do you want to spend time with your spouse? Do you want to make up? Do you want to talk to them? Are you curious about what they're doing during the day when they're working and you're working from home? Those types of questions that imply caring, that talk about caring, the answers to those questions are really telling.
Something to think about this morning. Thank you, Blanca. And you can continue this conversation with her on her Facebook page, Blanca Cobb, body language expert. And we'll be back with more of the Good Morning Show right after this.